We live, baby. Hey everyone, this is Alexis with Alexis Reads. Welcome back to my channel. Finally, cue the music, cue the spotlight, the heaven gates opening, cue any sounds for memes that properly represent me finally getting Tracy Deonn's bookmark. Getting Tracy Deonn's book, Bloodmarked. This is book 2 of the Legendborn Cycle. I believe this is going to be a trilogy. That's what I heard. But this is book 2. I finally received it. I actually pre-ordered this. I think I've been waiting almost a year for this book to come out. I'm not one of the lucky ones who received the ARC or any type of giveaway. I had to wait for it to come out. So finally, this book 2 coming out, which made me definitely want to talk about the first book, which is called Legendborn. So this is book 1 of the Legendborn Cycle, and this book is absolutely incredible. I received this. I was in Barnes and Nobles, I think last year, and I just got 3 different books that I just wanted to pick up, wanted to read, and this book caught my attention because of the artwork. I mean, seriously, it's a beautiful piece of work. This is a YA book. What I loved about it, which I didn't know until I opened it up, is that this takes place in my state of North Carolina. And so we follow the main character, Bree Matthews, and Bree Matthews is 16 years old, and she gets accepted into this program at UNC Chapel Hill in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. When she's accepted into this is basically like a open or like a really early enrollment program where like high schoolers basically get to go to the college campus during the summertime. And I believe it starts maybe your junior year of high school, and you get to go on for the summertime. What? My light. Wait, dang it. All right, so we're back. I don't even know where did I leave off at? So we are on the campus of UNC Charlotte with Bree Matthews. She gets accepted into this program. And side note, this is the first time I'm doing the camera facing me because I want to make sure I'm in focus. So I keep on looking at myself. So I need to look at the camera. So she did get accepted into the program. And so when she's there, she witnesses, like the first night she's there, she witnesses this really crazy magical attack that happens. And she's definitely freaking out in a moment. And so this attack or this type of energy that's happening is actually feeding on this kind of human energy. And so what we learn down the line is there's a secret society that takes place at UNC Chapel Hill called Legendborns. And as you progress through the story, again, no spoilers, I'll let you know if there's spoilers, you realize that these Legendborns are kind of all over, but on the campus it's been going on for generations, this group of people called Legendborns. Also, this teenage mage who's close to Bree's age. I believe she's 16. So the mage called Selwyn, I think he's 17 or 18 years old, one of those, who's called a Merlin, who is really meant to be there to protect the Legendborns in short. So his power, he has a lot of abilities and he's very strong, but he tries to wipe away Bree's memory. And these Merlins can wipe away basically anyone's memory. But when Bree kind of wakes up out of her fog, she realizes that, well, she did not forget Bree's journey to find like what's going on. But she finds out that she has powers of her own. And the big purpose of why she wants to continue down this path, finding out about this journey, about these Legendborns, is because in the beginning of the story, her mother does die. Again, no spoilers. Her mom dies of this car accident. But she has this fog memory that something else happened. Something more happens to that. And so she finds out that her mom's actually connected to kind of this group of people, what's going on within the Legendborns. Find out her mom's connected on the campus of UNC Chapel Hill. And so now we're down the deep journey of Bree truly trying to find out what happened to her mom. Again, that's her main motivation. And as she goes down the line, she finds out all these type of mysterious powers. She does recruit a member, or she finds this gentleman named Nick. And Nick actually serves as a person, basically like her her tutorer because she does get in trouble and her, grade slipping. And so in order for her to stay, because she got into this trouble, is that she has to have a mentor who's older than her, who is in the program. And this person is named Nick. And Nick is the person who basically exiled himself from the Legendborn group. You realize that Nick is really high rank in this Legendborn group of people. As you progress through the story and find out more about Legendborns, you realize that they're all connected through King Arthur. So this is a form of a King Arthur retelling. It is like no other. I think it's just a fresh take on it. And you find out that through these descendants of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. So some people are descendants of King Arthur, Sir Lancelot, and all the other people who were in the Round Table. They're all descendants from it. And because they're descendants, they have these magical powers, and each of the descendants can pick someone else basically to be their right-hand man. And those people who are the right-hand man, they get magical power of their own. So this is, again, a fantasy book. This is a YA book. And so if you are new to fantasy, and you just decide to read this, I highly suggest you want to read this book. But if you are new to fantasy, just take your time with it. You may not get every single thing when it comes to King Arthur and who gets what. Just, again, take your time with it as you progress. I think what happens within fantasy books is that people think you need to get everything right away, and you don't. Just keep on reading it. But this book is incredible. I loved how Black this book was as well, and just some of the things she had to go through is just, again, just relatable. I actually wrote something on Instagram my first time after I read it. My little quick review was that I'd never felt more seen in a fantasy book ever. I mean, I really felt like that could have been myself at that age on the campus. From everything, just from going through just family things and learning how to talk through issues through hair day. She talked about her hair day and wash day and the struggles of wash day, but also the joys of it too. It was absolutely incredible. And her being a Black young woman in a predominantly white institution or a predominantly white society as well, what does that come with? And the struggles that I'm sure many people who were Black in America had to deal with, especially if you're Black in America going to a predominantly white institution. There's a lot of similarities of things that I saw in here that I dealt with as well. I loved that about this book. Outside of it being in North Carolina, so there's some things that are just a very North Carolina thing. They talk about cheerwine. Cheerwine is a drink that's here in North Carolina, started off here. She talked about Bojangles. One of my favorite things about Bojangles is Bowberry biscuits, and so she mentions Bowberry biscuits in here. It won many awards, including the Coretta Scott King Award. It's a New York Times bestseller, and Tracy Deonn just announced that her second book is an instant New York bestseller. So, I mean, shout out to her. Love it. Love that this is a Black author getting the recognition. And this story is absolutely incredible. So I'm hoping to be able to do a video vlog or just kind of a reading vlog as I progress through this. Girl on Bookstagram, I'm gonna put her information on the screen here. Love on Pages, Debbie. I'm hoping to meet her in person because she is incredible. But she's starting a group chat on IG, and we did a group chat of Legendborn. So I'm so glad she's bringing it back. So I can't wait for the progression. The book 2, we are continuing where we left off at, and I'm just picking up the story of where it ends. So again, I'm stopping it there when it comes to spoilers. Quick spoiler part. So again, you'll see the spoiler sign on the bottom. Spoiler sign. So if you don't want too many spoilers, I'm not going to give away the whole story, but I'm definitely going to talk about some spoilers because these are the biggest things that I loved about this book that definitely gives away some things. So spoilers down below. Exit stage left at this point of time if you do not want any spoilers. But if you're leaving at this time, make sure you like and subscribe, and also purchase Legendborn. So spoilers. I read Legendborn last year. It was mostly audiobook, and then the second time I read it, I actually just read it through. Again, the audiobook was fantastic. What I loved about it was the southern, the Black roots that took place in it. That Bree not only has this incredible power, but she also has the ability to be a medium. She has the ability looking back at her ancestry and that type of magical system. So it wasn't just your traditional magic system. It went another level with like southern roots and the medium and having that black therapist in there, I thought that was such a great part of the book as well. And again, that dynamic of being a young black woman in a predominantly white institution in a white society. And what does that mean? And some of the parts that happen in there. I mean, I was furious reading some of these parts, but it was so relatable. Grief. Oh my goodness. The way Tracy Deonn, and I believe she wrote about it, it was inspired from some of her own grief, but the way she wrote grief in here was incredible and very relatable. I had a couple of things I had to go through with grief and just how you process it and how you feel, whether it's angry or sad or just, it's just a mixture of emotions. But Bree is 16, and so I've related to this as an adult, and for her to be a teenager and how she wrote that and how she had to handle grief was beautiful, and I love that about this book. So all in all, this book is absolutely fantastic, and I hope you all pick up Legendborn. And do not forget that book 2, Bloodmarked, is out. Let's continue to purchase it, continue to support this incredible black author whose work is beautiful. I think she writes beautiful. Her storytelling, it is incredible. And of course, the magic touch of it taking place on the campus of UNC Chapel Hill, and the many things that we learned. This book is incredible. Purchase it, get it, Legendborn, and then make sure you get Bloodmarked as well. That's out right now. All right, this is my ramble about the Legendborn Cycle, and I'm so excited to read book 2. This is Alexis with Alexis Reads. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.